It works! What do you know? X, do you want a cracker? Do you want a cracker?
Soon.
No, no!
Not bad, not bad. These sketches, the minutiae of detail. I mean, hey, what's up? This? It's not what you think, really. No, really. This is actually not what it looks like. Actually, you have to let me explain. Truly, think of how many conflicts and stories could have been avoided altogether if the protagonist simply stuck around and listened when someone says, "Let me explain." Ahem. So, this is just a drawing of a model meant to show off some clothing ideas. Yes, it's Amira. No, I didn't draw them. And yes, she wanted to be involved. I'm a stand-up guy. You know that? And so is Pablo. Uh-oh. Indeed. Ironically, I seem to have been hoisted by my own petard. But I do so only to protect a young man's dreams. All right, fine. I'll come clean. Pablo asked me not to tell anyone, but no point in hiding it now. He drew up these wonderful designs for clothing and then buried his sketchbook in the sand. He says his dream is to be a fashion designer. And I don't really have a plan yet, but I just had to dig them up.
Please tell me you just wanted to recreate your childhood sandbox experience and you're not seriously digging up my... Ah, you are here as well, I see. Ah, so you don't know anything? How splendid to have run into you. But if you wouldn't mind, I need a word with our friend here. So rude of me, I know. Next haircut half off for you as an apology. Ta!
They know.
Drat. I wonder if the darling Vivi would find it too macabre to sew a zipper to your mouth.
Yikes! Look, it was an accident! And you were just on the way to somewhere else, weren't you?
Seems a bit off the beaten path to me. What luck? Yes, let's talk about luck, shall we? You like spilling secrets. Why don't you try your luck as a 2-bit paparazzi for some trashy Ataran rag? By the way, I read your article in Kids Today and it was pure real. Huh?
This is just how we talk. The way Pablo just rolls these snappy insults off the cuff, it's so impressive. I don't even take offense. I mean, if I could learn to write stuff like that for my characters, I think my next book could really make waves.
Beware, for when waves are made, the friendship may soon capsize.
See? It's stuff like that that makes me want to endure pretty much any amount of scathing critique.
Forgive me, Ernest. My impulses have gotten the better of me. But make no mistake, my decision to bury these drawings was not one of whim, but of careful consideration.
Back at his studio, he seemed absolutely adamant. But it seems he's already letting his guard a bit. I think me being here is probably not helping. Why don't you try talking to him? Well, I hate to cut our little run-in short, but I'm not feeling so well. How long can you leave yak milk out? Looks to be less than 24 hours. Oh, hey! I guess if Pablo doesn't want his sketches, you can have them. Here!
Yes, I'm feeling a bit ill as well. From your sickening performance, Ernest. Indeed. Claims to have an upset stomach. Runs off like it's the 100-meter dash. At least limp a little, Ernest. I suppose he just whispered something infantile into your ear. Don't let Pablo give up on his dreams. I'm a little baby. Last part was ad-lib. He is young, naive, blind to the ways of the world, and he has everything given to him on a glitzy silver spoon. You think I would just give up on my dreams at the drop of a hat? No, only after being dragged through the dirt. Look around you. This town is a wasteland. Covered in trash and dust, this town is drying up, and with it, the last ounce of culture these people have ever known. A few of them don't even bathe properly. And that's one thing I don't need to gossip about. No, no. You'll know who they are. You can smell them. When life is on the line, when every day is a struggle, when each and every one of these yokels is wondering where their next meal is going to come from, there is no space for art, no place for beauty, no time for drink. Thank you. Each time I hear such words, it gives my heart hope. And yet, with only a second thought, these hopes are again dashed to bits. Let me pose you a question. The drawings you saw just now, would you pay for such attire? Really? Huh. Well, you're not just being contrarian, are you? Heidi, Amira, Ernest, these are my admirers. Yes, it would be my honor to enhance their outfits. I could decorate them from their braided heads to their stiletto toes. Alas. Well, if you really like it, I suppose that means I have supporters from Atara, Sandrock, Barnarock, and now Highwind? I do wish the lovely Amira could have been from somewhere other than Barnarock, but nevertheless, it could be said that I have quite the national appeal, no? All right, darling, perhaps you've made something of a point. If, and this is a big if Sandrock were to become a more popular travel destination, mayhaps there truly may be a chance. A brand, a penthouse studio, a fashion show. Thank you. I await the day I can rally the call. Our discussion has been most enlightening. Let us speak more of this at a later date. Goodbye.
I mean, he's 180'd about 3 times since I met him, but this time.
Hey, Builder. I got a real important, official Silver Core commission for you. If you got the time for it. Well, if you're standing here talking to me, that means you must have time. Basically, all I need is an official Silver Core deputy cap for the upcoming promotion ceremony I'm organizing. Oh, and you should join the ceremony too. Being all that's transpired recently, it seemed only right to make you builders honorary members of the Silver Corps, which means you may very well be making your own deputy cap. That's right. The next deputy of Sandrock might even be you. Hey, don't look so surprised, partner. Even new members of the Corps can be considered for the position, and you really showed that Giggler boss guy who's boss. Anyway, I just wanted to commission a deputy cap for the ceremony. Whoever gets promoted gets the cap. So, what do you say? All right, hats off to you, partner. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Here's a recipe for making it at your work table. Come drop it off when it's made. Now that's what I call a deputy hat. You can really feel the authority flowing out of it. And you know what? I think with such fine handiwork, you might have just improved your chances of becoming our next deputy. The ceremony is tomorrow in Myrtle Square at 9 a.m. sharp. Don't be late. All right, now that everyone is here, let the official Silver Corps Deputy Promotion Ceremony begin. Now, I don't need to remind y'all, we've had plenty of ups and downs, highs and lows, as well as no shortage of stormy weather out here in Sandrock. And without all of you giving it your all, Sandrock wouldn't be the safe and secure place it is here today. Nevertheless, there's still one who stands out among the rest. One whose tireless dedication to law and order has earned them the right to call themselves Deputy of the Sandrock Silver Corps.
Wow, I don't know why, but I'm really nervous all of a sudden. I don't think he's going to pick one of us, do you? I mean, I know we're just builders, but...
Now, I don't mean to tantalize you all. I'm sure you're on the tip of your toes wondering who I've chosen to be my deputy. So without further ado, our next deputy is known not for brute strength, but nimbleness and wisdom. Our deputy brings a uniqueness to the team and fills in the gaps in our core skill set with raw, individual talent. with flowing black hair that shimmers in the sunlight as they dish out hearty, heaping helpings of justice with elegance and finesse. Let's give it up for our next deputy, Captain.
What the cat?
Yes, Captain, or should I say, Deputy Captain, has not only been diligent in patrol work, but this year's mice incidents have fallen to an all-time low. Yes, there really is no question that Captain is the most deserving of this title. One more time, a round of applause for our new deputy.
I'm so embarrassed, but congrats.
Congratulations, Captain.
And now, to complete the ceremony, I will place the official deputy cap upon the head of our new deputy. Get on up here, Captain. Everyone, keep giving it your all out there. Dismissed. It just wasn't your time.
Good day, Builder. I'll have you know that I've decided to stay in this town until I finish writing the story on Logan. It's the hot story in the press right now, and my editor Eduardo is adamant that I see it to the end, no matter the cost. Since I don't see Logan being captured anytime soon, I've decided to move into the Old Town Lodge. The Blue Moon is cheap and quaint, but it's so noisy that I can't write for the life of me, and I keep having nightmares. Yes, nightmares about the editor my pa appointed to oversee my work. That man is a monster who would butcher my work until he saw fit. Indeed. Small columns pay the bills, but are hardly fulfilling as a creator. The novel is the true proving ground for one's skill. This Logan character, adapting his story into a narrative of my own, could be the next big step for my career. Oh, well, yes, of course I have to do an adaptation. Not just write about his life. I'm writing a novel, not a biography. Plus, if I used his likeness without his permission, who knows what a crude felon like that could do? He might sue. Furthermore, I'll never meet the guy. Well, let's hope. I'll never get an interview. I'll certainly never get permission to write about him, and yeah, this way I can write whatever I think will be best for the novel. Much better. I'll just make a bandit character based on him and call him Rocky. No, Dr. Killface. That's terrible. Right, of course. I did actually have a point to make with this tangent. That desk at my new apartment. That desk, the height is all wrong. The way I have to sit to write, it cuts off all the circulation to my brain. Now all my ideas are terrible. So, I need your finest writing desk with a pulpous comfy chair to get the juices flowing again. I'm counting on you. Great. Remember, I need the finest writing desk with a pulpous comfy chair. I'll hold off on the writing until I get the furniture set. The best stories need the best furniture. I got another builder and the local carpenter to help out with the rest of the furnishings. Ooh, can't wait for everything to be ready. I am absolutely amazed at your craftsmanship. This set is good enough to put my pa's furniture to shame. I don't know what to say. I guess now that the furniture has been taken care of, we can get the housewarming party started. That's the idea, and that's why I invited you over. I already have a mental draft of the novel, but I just need to liven up my new place a bit to get my hands all prepped for writing. How about it? You want to come? Good. Let me tell you what you need to bring. Let's see. Can you bring one dish? If one person brings one dish, 10 people should bring enough for a feast. I'll take care of the other stuff. One more thing. Is there anyone else I should invite, in your opinion? As a gentleman, I should appreciate your initiative, but that's a bit too fast for me. I'm just kidding. But since you already put it that way, you'd better come. Anyway, I'll write up the other invitations right now. No point in keeping you here. See you at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Remember, bring one dish. You grace me with your presence. You are the first to arrive. Have you brought a dish over? Let's wait for the others. We'll start the party when everyone's here. I really thought that I hit it off real good with the townsfolk. Where is everyone? What's going on? My invitations! What are they still doing on the desk? Oh, drat! I forgot that I've moved to Sandrock already. There's no one to do my work for me. No butlers, no cooks. I had a whole team running errands for me back home. Oh, I remember how angry I was when my butler sent my love letter before I could even finish it. And now I'm the one who forgot to send my own letters. I have no one to blame but myself. Well, at least it's nice to know I'm not hated. That's good to know. I got some side eyes when I was doing interviews about Logan. I was worried that people from Sandrock were offended by my report in the Atara Times. Atara's writing style differs from the Tumbleweeds. We'd go bankrupt if we wrote news like Heidi does. Alright then. Seeing as nobody else will come tonight, why don't you take the cake home, if you'd like?
Yo, Grace, are you poking around the breach again?
Just going for a walk. Don't tell me that's against the law now.
No, only walking that's against the law is jaywalking. But, hey, point is, don't even think about going in there. We can't let Sivs through without the proper training. I hate to be dramatic, but what's...
I know that's meant to be rhetorical, but probably my dissertation. When is the breach going to be reopened to the public? I would like to look for more relics at some point.
It'll open when it's open, which is to say, when it's been reclassified as an abandoned ruins. And don't even think about trying to sneak in there. I wouldn't want to, but I do have the right to detain you if you're proven to be a danger to yourself.
What's the basis for all these wild accusations? I walk down this way all the time. This imagined notion of me even thinking of sneaking into the breach is just that. Something you've just made up in your head. I also have to notice that the breach has been this way for quite some time. Normally, I would have expected you, core type, to have this handled already. Sir, if I may ask, is the stress getting to you?
Hey, come on, give us a break. We've been up to our eyeballs in Geeglers. Plus, there's Logan. Yeah, it is getting to be a little rough out here, as a matter of fact. Glad somebody noticed.
Aw, poor Justice. Why don't you just take a day off? What you need is some rest. Then you'll have your edge back. I mean, at the very least. Surely you don't need to literally stand here in front of the breach. We all know not to go in.
Yeah, maybe I could just head back to the office, pour a big old glass of yak milk, kick up my heels, and... Hey, wait a sec. Dang, how come every time I talk to you I end up with a headache? Look, Grace, I'm not kidding around. I take the safety of everybody in this town seriously. If something happened to you down there, I'd never forgive myself. Talk to me again when your fighting chops are up to snuff. Like, say, builders here.
Right. How about this then? If I were to commission the builder to enter the ruins on my behalf, you'd have no objections to that, would you, Sheriff?
Oh, well, no. I guess that'd all be pretty by the book in my book. I reckon it's on the two of you to work something out. I gotta keep patrolling. But I'm gonna have my eye on you. Maybe just adjust your stroll path to be a little less hair-raising, all right? Y'all are gonna be the death of me.
Well, you heard the man. Looks like I don't need to sneak into the breach if I can recruit your help. The things I need are relatively simple. But I think I'd feel better if someone with an eye more discerning than that of a soldier's went in to look. So? Great. A bit of context. I'm an archaeology student in Atara, saving up to finish my degree. When I have time, I try to do field work that I hope will be beneficial for when I go back. You've been to the breach, right? Did you manage to pick up on what that place used to be? You know, back in the old world? Ah, yes. That soul-crushing monotony that saps your life energy to the point where you can't break out of doing exactly the same thing every single day for years while you make money for someone else. Can you believe people used to do that? When it was open, the breach was a great place to look for archaeological finds and, right, you know the story. One of my main focuses is old-world audiovisual media. From salvaged memos and effects, I've discovered a concept discussed among old-world drones known as huke. I've surmised this term to mean listening to music at work. So next time you're in the breach, just be on the lookout for old-world music-related media. Anything that seems vaguely relevant. Discs, posters. Also, I need some small chips from down there too. For reasons... Thanks again for agreeing to do this. I guess with you in the picture, everyone's lives are being made a little easier. Come find me when you've got some old world music stuff. And don't forget those small chips either, please. Aha, what's all this then? Slight damage around the edges, bit of fading, but you can make out the font pretty clearly. Admiral Salt, something something. No thanks, computer. Probably from around 250 before Peach if I had to guess. Would probably score a preservation rating of at least a B back with the professors. Nice find. And good timing too. My latest essay topic was just approved. Old World Utilization Theory, a case study on Sandrock's The Breach. Mouthful that it is, my essay titles are actually more concise than most. Anyway, this helps me build my case around my hooky hypothesis. So, thanks again. Wasn't too much trouble, I hope. Dangerous? You appear to be in one piece, at least. You think I look tough enough to go in there? Well, unfortunately, our good friend Sheriff Justice wouldn't agree with you. Well, in any case, you've been a lot of help. If, hypothetically, I'd gone into the breach myself, I wouldn't have had all this time to get a jump start on my essay. Oh, speaking of which, I'll let you know how that goes. Thanks again.